Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So in the last video about Ethereum, I talked about slightly rising prices. We were at the time just below $3,000, so they have gone up, but of course not yet in line with expectations. So I indicated here in the previous video that I think that we could have completed this wave 4, yeah, here in large. So we've been coming down obviously in this whole downtrend. You can see different degrees of waves here, where we've got here in orange the waves 1, 2, 3, the wave 4 possibly completed already, and the wave 5 would then be the next wave down. Yeah, so of this wave 5, we could have already completed that wave 1 because it's a 5-wave move. It's an impulse already done. First 5-wave move, a wave 1. We would now move up in a wave 2, we would then come down in a wave 3, we would move up in a wave 4, and we would move down in a wave 5 to complete that whole downtrend. That would complete that higher degree wave 5. It would basically complete that entire downtrend here. And I think that's what we're all waiting for. That'd be amazing if we can do that quickly. The faster, the better. So this is what I currently would expect to play out. There is a possible alternative that would only come into play if the price moves above that wave 4 high. So that would be at $3,600. If we break above this level, I adjust that slightly here, then the price has the potential to move into this green area, green target area, and that would be a different wave count then. And that would be an A, B, C. Could it still be a wave 4? Not really. It would be, in my opinion, a wave 4, okay? A wave B. So you have an A, B, C, because a wave B can move higher than a 4th wave. So that is generally what I would expect here at the moment. Because we are below this level of $3,600, I have to objectively and primarily expect lower prices going down. At the moment, not much is happening here in the market, and the reason is, of course, it's sort of weekend, it's Friday, depending on where you live. At least here in the UK, it's still Friday. Got a quiet Good Friday, and there isn't much volume in the market. What we can see here is a few interesting developments on the chart. So this is basically the general direction where I would expect the price to go. Bear in mind, nothing moves in a straight line. So I just showed you the longer term picture, or the medium term picture, yeah, the possible next moves. And let's take a look at from a resistance support point of view, and the patterns that are developing and forming here on the chart. So we can see that we are in a downtrend, and that is another reason why I primarily expect prices to go down. Of course, this can be broken, and I would actually expect it to be broken in order to be able to move lower, because first of all, the price could recover a little bit in a wave 2 now before it comes down. And by the way, this wave 2 area is located between 3,280 and 3,520 US dollars. Okay, so after a wave 1, after an impulse down, you get a correction up. Yeah. So, and this is a larger degree, obviously wave 1 here, first impulse complete, and you get your wave 2. Similar to what we might have done here in the small up there, in the micro perspective here, where we moved down in a wave 1 and came up in a wave 2. So you get that, you get these retracements in the small and in the large. Okay, so here, what you can very interestingly observe is that we're forming here a triangle, yeah? So we are just moving in this apex, and at some point here fairly soon, we should see here a decision of what the market is doing. I can't tell you what the market is doing, but you can see indicated on the chart what I primarily would expect. And when can that happen? Of course, it is likely that it happens, well, it can happen at any point now, because we are moving in this apex, and we really only have space until, well, maybe 24 hours, right? 24 hours, and then we should see a move here. How big that move will be, I don't know. However, what we can see on the volume indicator down here is also decreasing volume. Yeah. So also here you get into some sort of an apex, and typically when you get smaller and smaller with the volume, and that can play out over the weekend, typically when it happens, you then see a jump, you then see a peak of volume afterwards, right? If you see this sort of steady decline, then you can see a peak. And that would very much match what we're doing here, because as you move into a triangle, you get lower and lower volume. And then typically you get the breakout, and that is also normally associated with higher volume. So that is certainly what we could expect here next. So a breakout of that triangle, if it happened today to the upside, could take the price above 3060. That's what would need to happen for a breakout, and to the downside below $3,000 US. We're currently moving just sideways, fairly typical for such a day. An important resistance level, by the way, within this triangle is the $3,050 US level. And this is because we had resistance and support here before. So you can see that actually on this chart, you can see that here it's a bit of a zone, so it's a bit dynamic anyway, but there was a significant swing high here. We had resistance, we had support here, had resistance here again, and we're now just below this $3,050 US level. I think it's not that relevant, but it's still one below which we currently are. And yeah, so at the moment we are in this triangle, so the market has not decided yet in which direction we go. You could see this as well as some sort of a, oops, that's the wrong one, as some sort of a W pattern, so a potential reversal pattern. Yeah, so pretty much here in line with what I expect. That would be a reversal pattern in line here with this Elliott wave count. However, bear in mind we also had a reversal pattern here, and it doesn't always work out. Okay, it doesn't always work out, but what would be the target of this W pattern if it works out as a reversal pattern? So what we can do, take the height here of that of the W, yeah, of the from the low to the high, and we add it to a potential breakout point, and just check that. I think I need to make it a little bit higher. Yep, add it to a potential breakout. No, add it to the neckline. So we would have to add this to the neckline because it's a W pattern, yeah. The two different price targets, one for the triangle, but even the triangle here, you could argue it started here. So if we just do it for that W pattern, you would add that to the neckline here at 3,142. That would be the breakout point above the W pattern, and it would take us into the green target area. So that works out. If you take the target of that triangle, where you could say, right, the triangle actually started here, goes down to there, and you have to add that to the breakout point, where would take that us as well into the target area. So that would work out quite well around here, $3,370 US. Of course, if we break to the downside here in that triangle below the 50-day moving average immediately, they would be quite bearish because we also drop below the 50-day moving average. And in that case, then it could really take us here already below, way below $3,000 into the region around 2,660. So yeah, that is currently my view about Ethereum. Let's take another final look maybe here on the daily on those indicators which suggest that the downward momentum is stopping, slowing down. We see a decline, sideways movement at the moment, but we see a slight decline in negative momentum. This on the daily pretty much sideways, but on the 4 hour we see here matching the bullish momentum increase, so it could avoid a bearish crossover. And here we had another bullish crossover on the 8 hour MACD. Now that might translate over to the daily, and that could confirm here this W. It could confirm here this potential Elliott wave count and a breakout to the upside. But again, we don't know in which direction it will go until we see the breakout. So very important is that the indicators, they would support a move up. Yeah, so there is certainly sufficient space to move up higher before you would get overbought, because also the RSI is way below 50. Good, that is my view about Ethereum at the moment. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, and also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And for both, you can find the links in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.